That's the front driver's side tire. I'm taking you under the fender to see if I can show you where the radiator support bolt goes in through a great big hole in the vacuum reservoir tank bracket, I guess. It's actually the end of the tank as well as the bracket that bolts to the frame. So I started the bolt in there. That's the one you have to take out to get it out because the head will interfere with the bracket. Now, hopefully I can get at least one of these bolts in. And I'm not going to be able to show you much of this, unfortunately, because I've got my bridge jack right there supporting the radiator support, and therefore I can't jack up the front to take the tire off. But if you recall the other day when I put these bolts in here temporarily to support it, I didn't tighten them real well, and it turns out I can raise this up here. I'm going to raise it up and tighten it, and I have the wrong size wrench, wrong size socket. The ones that go into the frame are 3/4. This is apparently a 5/8, so I have to go get a different socket. Okay, right there you can see I have this 3/8 inch extension in the back hole that goes through the frame. I can't get the visual on both of them at the same time, so I'm just showing you that first. And then this is the hole I'm trying to get the bolt into right there, and it's a little misaligned. See if I can zoom in closer on that. But what I can do is lift up on the extension, and that puts them in alignment. And then I could drop this bolt through. And by having that bolt through, now you can actually see all 4 holes. But by having that bolt through, I can go, I can't see this without being in the way of the camera. I can go and put that bolt in. So those are the ones that actually hold it on. I am going to now tighten that bolt on the radiator support to hold that in place. Excuse the bad camera work, but I'm moving it around to the other side. So there's where it bolts to the radiator support. This takes another bracket that supports the crash bumper and the rest of the front bumper. So I can tighten this up. That'll get me a solid support for that. Okay, so I tightened both of those up good and tight. I will tighten them a little more with a longer wrench that gives me more leverage. And I hope that I'm not screwing up here, because, oh, that's interesting. When I adjusted the passenger side, now the passenger side nut for the, or bolt for the radiator support is dead center in that hole, and it moved the one on the other side. So I'm going to see if I can loosen this side and align it better. I will say this, they were not well aligned when I took it apart. So that's a little better. I get something to pry that, and I'll let you know how it worked out. But as I started to say, I hope I'm not screwing up, because they weren't perfectly centered when I took it apart. So I don't know, maybe the front end was cockeyed. I don't know the history of the car. Maybe it was in an accident and whoever put it on a little bit crooked, whatever. But uh-oh, something dropped. Hope it wasn't one of my bolts falling out. And it was. I guess I'll have to get this up in the air and take care of getting the nuts on those before I do final adjustments. Okay, I've got it all lined up. I've got a 3/8 inch ratchet on the other side with a 3/4 inch socket, and I've got my trusty impact wrench, although I've tried it a little bit and I'm not sure how well it's working. But try to get that on that nut. Which I can't even see from under here. Go braille. Okay. Appears to be on the nut. Hold the socket here. I guess that's tight. I can't do the front one from under here. I've got to reach in here between the radiator and the frame with a regular wrench, and I don't know that I can get it from maybe I can reach it, but let me give it a try. If I can get the wrench on that, I'll be able to tighten it. I know I got the 3/4 inch wrench out, and I don't know where I set it. There it is. On the other side, I think I'm going to have to do something different. I think I'm going to have to put the deep socket on. That's almost on. I think I'd have to put the deep socket in from the inside. I'm flipping this over. It's just a little bit out of alignment for grabbing it with that. I can spin it a little bit with that impact wrench. Wonder if I can balance that there while we get this onto the other side. By golly, I got it. Don't fall off, wrench. what's with this wrench, the impact wrench. Okay, now I gotta get the regular wrench off. There. That should be plenty tight. Okay, I'm gonna shut the camera off. The other side, it's an easier shot. I think I can put in a deep socket from the inside of the frame and just hit it with the impact wrench with a short socket from the outside, and it'll be done. So that is completely supporting the front end now. Full disclosure, I did have to go back and loosen the driver's side and pull it forward a little bit, because when I went to put in the bolts that hold on the other part of the front bumper assembly, the holes were not aligned, so I had to adjust it some. What I'm after now is trying to find the vacuum hoses that go to headlights, and I believe this is the one that goes to the engine, provides the vacuum to the whole tank, because that goes toward the front of the car from here. And then there are two vacuum hoses that go to the servos for the headlight doors. So those are now connected. And there's a wire here for something, probably the horn wire. Yep, that's where the horn was located, over on this side. So that's going to be that for now. That's the end of getting that. Would have been a lot easier with two people, but I have to make do and do it with one.